What's going on, guys? This is Hatsmania. I'm coming to you with a brand new deck profile today, and today I'm showing you guys my Trains deck with the brand new support. Took this to locals today, ended up going 3-1, which is pretty nice, only losing to Prank Kids. And yeah, I'm also really excited for the new Link 2 that is coming out for this deck, just because I actually missed that today against the Prank Kids matchup. Had I had that, I would have won the game in game 2, gone to a game 3. But we don't have it quite yet, and I am very excited for it again. So let's get started. First with 3 Night Express Knight. This is your most basic normal summon in the entire deck. You want to see this card with another extender in your hand just so you can actually make your plays, just because it's an easy level 10, really easy to summon. Plus, if you Mastery Morning back, he's a 3k beater, which is always really nice. Next, 3 Super Express Bullet Train. Really good card. You just get to special summon him for free if all monsters you control are Earth Machine type monsters. And at the end phase, if he was sent to the graveyard that turn, you can add any other Earth Machine just a Machine monster back from graveyard to your hand, except for himself. Really, really useful. Lets you recycle all your resources and keep going in the deck, especially when you use Pot of Desires. I think I Pot of Desired once and got down to one of every single train that I had that was really important for getting the combos off, and I was able to get one of these and just keep recycling stuff, which was awesome. Next, another one of the new guys, Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. Really, really good. Really, the best target really to recycle your recycle with Bullet, just because it's an instant rank 10. Being able to discard off of Switch Shard and then activate his effect to special summon the monster you discarded is also really good. It's a really nice interaction. The fact that it's off of normal or special summon is also really nice. Next, my favorite card in the deck, just because it outsboards really nicely that I can't really deal with, 3 Derek Crane. Whenever you normal or special summon an Earth Machine type monster to your side of the field, you get to special summon him for free. And then if you detach him as Xyz material from a monster, you get to pop a card on the field, on your opponent's side of the field, which is also really nice. Just gets you out of a lot of very sticky situations, and I really, really like him. Having that extra summon is always really good. Next, 3 Ruffian Railcar. This might go down to 2 just because it is a little bit of a brick, or it can be. I'm not really quite sure what I would replace it with quite yet. Maybe the Sky Striker engine, which I'm not playing, but the Sky Striker engine will be better within the next set, just because we get the new Sky Striker Link, which is an Earth Machine type monster. Fits really nicely into the deck. But for now, we're playing 3. It's a Skarm in the end phase, and you can win off of him in time. Didn't use the damage effect at all, just because you can't go into battle phase that turn, which you don't want to do because you're no TK deck. But the search effect was really, really nice. Being able to get that search was awesome. Next, 2 Exodius. It's a free summon. That's why we're playing it. You don't want to play more than 2 of this, just because you really, really, really don't want to open multiples, and it's not always good in every single hand. You would much rather add the card back to hand, like with Bullet, than shuffle it back into the deck. But regardless, Exodius is really, really nice, just having that free summon. Next, 3 Ash Blossom. This is the only main deck hand trap I play. It was Ash Blossom. What can I really say? Next, 3 Pot of Desires. Again, really nice card. You play a lot of 3-ofs, so this is safe to play in this deck. I play a 40-card deck, so yeah, Pot of Desires worked. Next, 3 Urgent Schedule. Urgent Schedule's dumb. I actually resolved both of its effects today, which was really cool. One of the only time that I resolved the search effect was off of the Paleo player popping my card through one of their traps. But basically being able to get that automatic +1 off of it, and just being able to go in, make Clee Genius, or in some cases, like if we are able to get that Link Monster soon, the new Angry Knuckle guy. And the search was really nice and clutch when they popped it. So you can set it, and if they pop it, hey, free card. Next, 3 Revolving Switchyard. Revolving Switchyard is dumb. It's so good. I never once used the effect to special summon from deck because I never felt like I needed it. The effect that I used every single time today was the search effect. Being able to put a card into the graveyard was really, really nice because I usually open with Stampede, or I did a lot today at least. And putting Bullet into the grave was really cool. Putting any of your level 10s in the grave when you have Pegasus in hand was so good. So yeah, Revolving Switchyard was bomb. To search the Revolving Switchyard, we're playing 2 Terraforming. It's Terraforming. You're playing a field spell. Next, 2 Special Schedule. This will probably eventually get cut. It's not that great, but it's an extra special summon from the grave. It's better late game than it is early game just because it's, again, just an extra summon. The amount of times that I activated this in my first or second turn, it was 0. I think I activated this once all day, and I saw it in my opening hand at least twice or 3 times. So it was mediocre. I discarded it off of Switchyard more often than I actually activated it. 2 Limiter Removal. I actually opened up a game with both of these in hand and just immediately OTK'd my opponent. This card is amazing. It just cheats you into wins. It's so dumb. I love it. Next, 3 Called by the Grave. Hand traps don't hurt this deck that bad, but this has way more versatility than just hitting hand traps. Against the Prank Kids player, I hit their like level 10, which, by the way, that's a level 10 fusion. If you can steal it, it's great because I did play Mind Control on my side deck today. Also for Colossal, for Titan, for Thunder Dragon Titan. But Called by the Grave was really nice. I used it a couple times. It wasn't like super necessary, but it was fine. 1 Monster Reborn. It's Monster Reborn. I saw this once all day. And I lost the game anyway. I didn't even activate it. I'd already lost by that point just because my opponent had so much advantage. 1 Xyz Reborn. This is my spicy tech. You can definitely cut this for something else. But I actually really like it in theory. I never saw it the entire day, but I want to keep playing it until actually I can actually see it, basically. But Xyz Reborn, it's Monster Reborn on your opponent's turn for any of your Xyz monsters. This is just in the case that my opponent had a kaiju or an out to something that I didn't have an out, that I couldn't really respond to. So I would just set this. If I had a Dora, if they got rid of it, I would Xyz Reborn it back and make it immune to anything. Next, for the extra deck, we played 2 of our boss monster. This is for the OTK. 2 is necessary. I've seen people say you only need 1. You need 2. This has been outed this was outed quite a few times. This got striked. It got stopped. If you can get to the second one, you should win. The first one, yeah, you probably won't summon as much as you think, but having 2 was super nice today. There is definitely room to play around with in this extra deck, and that's probably going to undergo the most amount of editing going forward. But 2 of this I would highly recommend just for the future. Next, 2 Dora. I never went into more than 1 of these in a game ever. But in theory, again, 2 Dora is nice. Just being able to just put a 4K defensive wall on the field that's immune to everything is really nice. And then Derek Crane plus this is really dumb. 2 Game. Gustav Max. It's an important piece of the combo to win the game. Basically, the whole combo is you make Gustav Max using 2 level 10s, burn your opponent for 2,000, overlay Lieb with this guy, and then attack for game. That's literally what it is. That's the whole combo. Really simple. Doesn't burn through a ton of your resources, and you still have 3 other cards in hand theoretically. Next, I played this specifically for Altergeist. You don't realistically make this against anything else. Altergeist, this is their win card against it because they literally cannot stop this unless they strike it. And a lot of Altergeist players don't play strike, I've noticed. So I didn't play against Altergeist all day. There wasn't actually any of my locals today, but usually there are. So making this against them is really nice. If you don't know what this guy does, you detach material, destroy all the cards all back row cards your opponent controls, and they can't respond to it, which is really with spell and trap cards, which is really stupid. Next, Sky Palace Gangaradai. This is good in theory. I never go into it just because I want to go for game. But basically, if I have a problem card, this is what it's here for. Pop a card with it, and you deal 1,000 damage. I played against Thunder Dragons today as well, and this is your main deck out, basically, 2 Thunder Dragons. If they cannot, it's so difficult for them to deal with 7 Sins. It's actually ridiculous. I don't even know what this card's name is. I just make 7 Sins with it. It's so stupid because they'll have their board of like Titan and Colossus or 2 Colossus or like, and I'll just be like, okay, I make this and I win. like I'll clear their board and then attack for 4K. And it's so hard for them to deal with it. If this resolves against Thunder Dragons, you win, basically. Next, One Clee Genius. This is the best Link monster for this deck as of right now. They just need 2 machine monsters for it, and it's that. The negate is actually really useful. I did this quite a few times. I outed a Clearwing Synchro Dragon with this card, which was super nice. But the amount of times that I was actually able to like just negate, like I would target one of my monsters, like for example, I would target Night Express Knight, make him 3k because I would negate his effect and then negate something on their field, which is really dumb. Or I would just, if I had already used Switchyard that turn, I would just negate Switchyard and then negate something in their field. So it's really versatile in this deck. I really like it, and yeah, it's really good. The second most used card I had today was Mrs. Radiant. Before going to locals today, I actually didn't think this would be that good. It came up quite a bit. It was really nice to have. Sometimes Clee Genius isn't the optimal play to go into. Mrs. Radiant was actually really nice because, one, the attack boost was actually kind of relevant. And on top of that, being able to recycle a card when it's destroyed came up, I think, twice. I really needed that, so it was nice having this. I'm not going to cut this. It was good. I thought I was going to, but I'm not. Moving on the cards that I did not play whatsoever. 1 Underclock Taker, again, good in theory. I didn't use it whatsoever. But yeah, it's good in theory. Hayate, this is getting taken out when we get the new Sky Striker link that's coming out in the next set because it's an Earth Machine monster. So hey, but this is the best Sky Striker monster. I played Mind Control in the side deck, so that's why. And just in case like I didn't have an extra play, I would just like steal it, make this, basically claim it as my own, and give myself a link space or a extra monster zone. Finally, the worst card in my extra deck, and it's probably going to get cut unless the format changes. 1 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. This is good in theory. It's really shitty in practice. I can't really explain it, but it's just like, it's not good this format. It's really not. Like, it's good against Thunder Dragons, but there are other plays that are better in question mark. It depends on the scenario, obviously, but I didn't go into this once. And it just wasn't good at all. Like there are definitely decks that this is good against, but I didn't play any today. Next, 3 Ghost Spell for the side deck. Didn't side this in once. I didn't need to. It was just, it's there in case I feel like I need it to be. You already have a favorable matchup against Thunder Dragons, so it's like you don't need it against it. It's nice to have, and I definitely sided against it, but like it's just, you don't need it. So that's nice. Next, the 3 Cyber Dragons for the Chimera Tech. In theory, you could play 2 Chimera Techs. Don't do that because you can always just shuffle it back with Exodius. So yeah. Next, probably my favorite card in the side deck right now is Silent Graveyard. This card is so freaking versatile. It was so good today. Like, granted, it didn't really do, like, it ended up like just stalling for time for me, which was like really, really good. Against Prankits. This card's amazing against Prankits. I essentially locked them out for 2 turns because I opened up 2 of them. And you're able to trigger your Ruffian Rail Car and your Bullet Express off of this, which is also really cool. Actually, no, I was wrong about that. Ignore that last part. You can't do that because it negates their effects. But regardless, it's nice to put something in the graveyard because at the very least, like, I can bring it back with Pegasus. So ignore that part, but like, yeah. Next, 3 Mind Control. Mind Control, I didn't side this once. Theoretically, it's good. I just didn't have anything to really side it against. Titan is probably the best target for this at the moment because it's a level 10 monster you can use to overlay for something. And Sky Strikers are really good for it because you just can use their Link monster to make NXZs. But yeah, I didn't play any Sky Striker today, so it didn't see any play whatsoever. And then finally, 3 Red Reboot. Play this against Paleo. Gave me turns, so I was able to win. Yeah, literally just kind of a godsend for that matchup. But yeah, so with that, thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a nice day.